Welcome back, everybody. I'm Holiday Doc. Thanks for tuning in today. We got another great competitive gameplay brought to you by E&J Media. Team FeaR up against Obey, two top-ranked PS3 teams duking it out on Summit domination, and we are behind the sticks of Sharp as he pushes top B serve, trying to get behind the enemy line of sight on B, trying to hold them off as long as possible, but does get washed out by, I believe that was Scumpy, who also got taken out by his teammate from Mazda, which didn't allow them to take B as quickly as they had hoped. Respawns headed towards back array as it allows both Choppy and his teammate to land that C nade, slowing the progress of any sort of point difference off the start of this map. Now you're going to see top B servers is the place to be. Now I've said this before in almost all of my Summit games that top B server is a power position on this map. The team that controls this is going to be the team that wins. It allows you to float to so many positions and allows you to be so versatile off of the respawns and off of any sort of route counters. So you're going to see that he, capped the initial guy on the top B door, allowed him to float over to C, take out the offender on that position as well, and then, like a lone wolf, take C all by his lonesome. 21-4, 6:35 to go on this map. For Obey to really pull this back, they need to get on top of the spawns and really control the war room as much as possible. Now, Obey has been doing nothing but work lately. This is a top team and not a team to be taken lightly. Team FeaR, though, has also been doing a lot of work lately, as we've seen a lot of great numbers come out of their winnings and their rankings on the ladder, and obviously their team scrims have been showing us a lot as well. Moho definitely been rocking that Spectre, which had us all thinking, is that the gun to use? Well, who knows? We got to ask him. We got to get in touch with him. And another thing I'd like to get in touch to him is in Modern Warfare 2, he was a big fan of the default controller setup, which allowed him to knife like a champ. Is he using that now that he's moved to a more of a Slayer role? I don't know. I'd like to get in touch and we can maybe do an episode all about, the control setups, maybe the behind the sticks episode with him. Hey, that'd be great as well. So Sharp, once again, really controlling a lot of the positions. However, back server is a very well-known spot to be in, and you are going to get checked and naded throughout the most of this game if you are in that spot. It's not a spot to linger. You can definitely hang out there, try to poke out and see if anybody's coming down through Summit stairs or not. And then this guy, Striker, looking for the easy kills as people run out towards B with tunnel vision, don't really check their corners, but Sharp, after his teammate went down, he's able to pick up the kill fairly nicely. Another thing, if your team is not up in top B servers, you have to assume that the enemy team is. You need to check that position at all times. Right here, off the spawn, he did get killed from it, so he's going to go look for that kill. However, get countered by that early stun by Breezy, and Breezy has also been making a mark in the competitive field. I believe if it is the same Breezy, he was on New Breed for a little bit with Repentance back in the day, and it's good to see that this guy is really making a mark for himself. He is a definite high-class Slayer. As Obey gets 4 down, you're going to see Team FeaR push up and try to get that triple cap back. And triple caps, for the most part, has been the ideal strategy for a lot of top teams. Is it working against, equally balanced teams? I don't really know. As I've seen, once you start to get a little too comfortable, you do end up getting taken over, and it's definitely something you never want to take lightly. Sharp moving over to grid, looking for the respawns that are going to happen on the array side, and does pick up one, and now he's going to wait and look for the rest. He obviously got called out. Moho pushing down center gap, looking for some extra kills as they're pushed right into their spawn. Obviously frustrating the enemy team pretty heavily here, as anytime you get spawn trapped or denied off of the respawn route, you are going to get, definitely frustrated, and it's going to affect your gameplay. But the team that recovers quickly and gets their head back in the game is going to be the dominating one. But like I said, the team that also controls top server for as long as possible is going to be the team that wins. And Team FeaR is doing a really good job of rotating their men in and out of that position, but he does get a little zealous here, overzealous, as he does push up towards the top rail. get taken out, as they're obviously pointed in that direction, looking for that kill before they move up to grab map control. Things that, you know, you can definitely put in your own playbook. New teams out there, you know, watching these gameplays is going to allow you to pick up on a lot of gameplay tips and tricks from these pros. And it doesn't necessarily have to come from them in a visual, or sorry, in a commentary sense. They don't have to go and say, hey, this is what I do. You can pick up on this stuff just by watching it, and that's why I bring you only the best gameplay out there. And thanks to E&J Media, they're allowing me to really get, you know, behind the field of view on these PS3 games, which, you know, I don't have a PS3, so I can't go and snag myself. And this is also going to allow us to see, you know, how all these Xbox teams are transitioning to the PS3 side of things. For the most part, the PS3 ladder, for the longest time, only had a handful of truly competitive teams. Now, with the PS3 picking up on the circuit, you know, we're going to see almost all of the top, you know, Xbox LAN competitors push over to that PS3 side of things. And, you know, for myself specifically, I don't like that controller, and it really bothers me to play with the PS3 controller. And I know a couple of other guys have really mentioned that they have the same feeling. So, you know, in these first events, we're going to see how well the original PS3 teams can defend their titles against these encroaching Xbox teams. So, on the start there, Breezy pushing into the enemy spawn, trying to disrupt any of their, you know, their respawn routes, trying to dominate on the B, the war room. And you're gonna see that, you know, they push the spawn a little too hard. Now they're gonna grab A flag, and they're able to push into B to counter B. Not able to mop up the whole team, but he does get markers on the one, as he did get taken out, calling out to his teammates who are back computer side, and then getting a really great spawn as he spawns up top B serves, and this allows them to pick up on C flag, or what I thought was going to be a C flag there. Scumpy picking up 2, Crump with the 3rd, and devastating them with a 4 down as respawns start to happen. And that B nade, I haven't really seen that B nade before. It'd be interesting to see if it works, or if it even gets all the way over there. Sharp and Moho picking up 2, and Obey, or sorry, Striker and Crump countering that with 2 of their own. Kush looking for Obey, picks them up, and they're gonna slowly try to move back into War Room. But, you know, it's one of those things, a little too little, too late by Obey, as FeaR is really kind of pushed up a little too hard on the rest of this game, allowing for almost a double point advantage. And it is what it is. Thanks again for checking out this video. I'm Holiday Doc, and this is brought to you by E&J Media. Whether you're checking this out on my channel or their channel, make sure you subscribe and thumbs up that video if you like this type of high-class gameplay. Thanks again.